This image right here was posted by Ultimeo and what looks like to be a castle. Now in my eyes this is supposedly the infamous Mihawk's castle. Now the reason is it follows the same structure as the Mihawk castle. Like, look at these pictures side to side and you can see and notice that they look very similar, and it makes sense. And the reason I say it makes sense is this update right here, update 5, was a filler bark update, correct? And so because of that, why wouldn't a specific character from filler bark is at this castle, Perona, and we may see her in that castle, meaning this might be the dungeon. Because if you remember, and maybe you don't remember, before update 5, before release, we had many sneak peeks before the update, and so in the sneak peek we saw Perona's clothes. And so the weird thing was, okay, you sneaked Perona's clothes and maybe you had her model done, but why isn't her, you know, character and model not in the game yet? That's the question. And I believe they were saving a lot of the sneak peeks before, as in it's gonna come out after update 5. I don't mean update 6. Maybe it could be 5.5, right? It could be 5.1, 5.2, whenever they release the dungeon, the filler bark dungeon. Now I'm not sure how it's gonna work, because they said that they called it the filler bark dungeon. So I don't see the castle, Mihawk's castle, being related to filler bark, because it's not filler bark. The Mihawk's castle is actually on another island called something like Kuro or something. And basically this is where Mihawk has his monkeys with swords. And basically it's a completely different island, so that it can't be the filler bark dungeon because it's not filler bark. We first saw this island at Shabandi or Sabaldi, whenever Kuma sent away all the Straw Hats to their own islands and separated everybody. Zoro got sent here and Perona was sent here by Kuma in filler bark, I believe. And so basically Mihawk is here, and what I think is, since Mihawk has a sword they've been modeling, I don't know the name, I think it's called Yoro, I forgot, Yoro. This might be where we're gonna get Yoro, but not this update, probably the next update, since it doesn't make any sense for them to add a whole new island after the update has released, you know? What makes sense more is, like, since they were promising us a filler bark dungeon is gonna come out maybe later, but this has nothing to do with update 5. I think this might just be a sneak peek for update 6, which I could be wrong, just theories. I mean, this could be filler bark itself. I just think it looks like the mansion castle Mihawk has. So all in all, the conclusion in my eyes is that this might be the update 6 island we get with maybe Shabandi, maybe, unless they just give us this alone, which makes zero sense. If they give this alone, it's just literally castles with monkeys with swords that's gonna fight you with like 2 sword sides, 3 sword sides. I mean, what's the point? And you get to maybe you get to Yoro if you defeat Mihawk as a boss. That could be alright, but in my eyes, I don't know. Like I feel like the only content in that island would be fighting the monkeys and fighting Mihawk, and maybe Perona, which will be like everything in that update. Which is like, an island with that little content, is it really gonna be released like that? I don't know. Maybe it could be a dungeon, but you know, I don't know what to say. Maybe they will change it up. Maybe it's not a filler bark dungeon. Maybe they just switch it up and said it's a, you know, Mihawk's castle dungeon or whatever. And let's say it was a Mihawk's castle dungeon that comes out like soon, right? If that's the case, then will Mihawk be the last boss, and then the mini bosses will be like Perona? You fight, maybe there are 2 bosses, just like the Cupid's dungeon, where you fight, you know, all these like apes with swords with like 2 sword style, 3 sword style, and then you move on, you fight Perona, and then, as you know, Perona being Leo, and then you go to the last boss, which is like Mihawk being Cupid Queen basically. And so you fight them just like that, and he gives you their fruits, and you have a chance to get, you know, maybe his clothes, and there's like a 0.1% or like 1% chance to get his Yoru. That would make a lot of sense, but that's if this island is a dungeon and it's not just an island by itself. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Check out the video yesterday. Talk about actually was trading. Got myself a couple of trades. Check it out.